Welcome back to my channel. My name is Abby Lee and I am a wedding fairy, wedding planner, business owner, skincare lover, fashion forward. Today, what we are doing is talking about all things fashion in terms of like bridal gowns, attire for men, guest attire. I've been getting a ton of questions about that, what's appropriate, what's not. Start with like bridal gowns, and there's so many different like variations and styles. I think what is trending, because like the boho aesthetic has been trending a lot, is that kind of like off the shoulder cut, and then it has kind of like this little, I don't know what it's called. It's like a sleeve, not really. Oh, I think a picture's gonna pop up right here. It kind of goes with like the pampas, and again, more of like that boho relaxed type of aesthetic. I have like a couple of my more fashion forward brides are getting charmeuse, so it's kind of like a satin, almost sleek and modern. That material that is more like form fitting to them, and they usually have like sleeves. I feel like my more fashion forward brides have sleeves and then like a more dramatic back, kind of like Hailey Baldwin's dress, the sleeves, and then like if it's off the shoulder or if it's more dramatic, that is a very like fashion forward type of bride. I will say also with the fashion forward brides, they will have a lot of fun with their accessories, and even being as fashion forward in terms of like having like a crown of some sort, like Beyonce status, or even like a crystal crown. I have a couple brides who are fashion forward. They're doing almost like capes almost, or like just off the shoulder. I'm here for it and I love it. It's very just kind of like powerful. Like you look at them and you're like, yes, queen. That has been trendy. I said this again in my previous video about the 2020 trends, is long veils, like cathedral length, very just like detailed with beads and kind of extravagant are these like veils, which I am all here for. It's beautiful.
What about for you?
I have like a couple ones that I would like. I do like sleeves. I kind of like Hailey Baldwin's dress. Like I want like sleeves and a deep back, and I want like my veil to be like that long. A lot of my brides are getting two dresses. So they're getting one dress for ceremony, and usually this dress is a little bit more ethereal feeling, more princess, like it has more tulle, right? It's a little hard to like walk in, but that's usually for like ceremony and photos, and they'll a lot of times change into a reception dress, so something that's a little bit more accessible, that's not as like big and fluffy. Next up is Bridesmaids Attire. So I actually just did a whole blog about this, so we'll link that down below, but just to kind of touch on that, some of my favorite places that I have found of bridesmaids dresses is ASOS, Beholden, Lulu's Revolve. Honestly, because what's been popular right now is just a mix match type of look. Moving into guest attire, I've been getting a lot of questions lately as to the do's and don'ts of this, so I think we'll probably do a blog on this. But one of the biggest questions I get, even from vendors, is can I wear white or cream? So I'm gonna say no, right? You should definitely not wear like a whole outfit that's white. I think it's more important that you kind of blend in, right? Because at the same time, I've seen guests wear black dresses, but they're really short, or they're really glittery, or they're really outlandish, and that is, you know, that's grabbing more attention towards the guest rather than the bride, right? So I don't want to necessarily say like, oh my god, you can't wear cream, right? Because I'd rather have you wear like a off cream jacket versus like a really short black dress. Just being appropriate, yes, in the color, but also just in the style of dress, because I've seen a lot of guests, I'm like, girl, that dress is too short for you. That's a couleur dress. The rule of thumb is, yes, stay away from the creams and the ivories, right? But also don't wear something that is going to, you know, take the attention away from the couple. Try to avoid wearing red, avoiding white. You want to base your outfit kind of on what the invite looks like. So usually people try to not necessarily wear the colors of the wedding, because usually, let's say you get an invitation and it's like burgundy. There's probably a good chance that the bridesmaids are going to wear burgundy, and you don't necessarily want to wear that color. Again, it's not the end of the world, but you kind of want to wear a complementary. And also what I like to tell people is, if Obviously, when you get your invite, you're gonna know what venue it's at, so you kind of want to dress appropriate to the venue. Like you don't want to show up in like a sundress at the montage, right? So you kind of want to look up the venue, even go on their Instagram and see the vibe that's there, because of whether that's okay, is a cocktail dress gonna be okay, or do I need like a gown? Because you don't want to show up in heels and to a ranch wedding and it's all dirt, because you want to dress appropriately. I feel like I've been tending to find I've been favoring a lot more guy attire than girls lately. I think guys are having moments right now. For one, I think it's really, really, really important to have your suit tailored. Like seeing a guy in a suit that is not fitted well is just like, meh, this does not look good, right? So I think that's number one. I think it's a thing of there's so many other different like colors and textures that are available now. So I'm seeing a lot more guys come in like tweed jackets, or maybe just like, you know, they're coming in just with more like stripe design. It's not like stripe. I'll put some photos up, but just stuff that's more than just like a basic black suit, and not like there's anything wrong with that. It's just been fun. Guys will come with like hats, and then they'll come in with like preacher like collar shirts, or they'll come in with like little accessories in terms of flower pins, or it's just stuff like that. The no sock look is really popular. I think a lot of guys are stepping up their shoe game as well. I'm seeing a lot of fancy like belts. I think like Gucci belts are really in right now. Whenever I do see like a good outfit, I'll ask them, oh, where did you get this? And a lot of guys are getting it from like Top Man, because they kind of have, I think, more like younger hip designs. If you want to learn more about men's attire, I have another video that we will link below. Also, for wedding attire, I'm seeing a lot of girls slip satin dresses are very, very in right now, and like the clear nude heels. And I like it. I am here for just bring a jacket, because I will say I see a lot of guests that get cold. So, especially again, like you gotta plan for the weather. Okay, so if it's hot, dress accordingly, and then if it's a winter wedding, dress accordingly, especially if it's outdoors. Because don't be that person that shows up in a slip dress without a coat. Specifically flower girls, I love when, especially if they're like little girls, depending on how old they are, just like the more tulle the better. It is so, so, so cute when you just have this little human in a bunch of tulle. Squish. Have fun with their hair as well. So I know a big thing is like flower crowns with flower girls, but honestly, it's cute and all, but depending on the child, they will probably not wear it because they're like, oh, what is this on my head? An alternative to that is if you just do like a braid crown, or if you just do cute curls on them. But honestly, just get them a cute little fluffy dress and you'll be set. Lastly, vendors. So this is actually a conversation I had the other day at a wedding. The industry norm is that you wear all black. I will wear navy, or I'll wear gray. You definitely don't wear white. Definitely don't wear like bright colors, because again, we are trying to blend in with the crowd. But at the same time, like yes, we're wearing black, right? Let's say, but you know, because you are at a wedding, you also don't want to look like a complete drab, if that makes sense. Especially for planners, and this is what I tell my staff. Like yes, we are working, and yes, we need to be comfortable, but guests are also seeing us. I try my best to dress well, buy a lot of stuff from Zara. Okay, so I feel like I just spat out a lot of information. Again, if there's anything else that you guys would like to see, I know a lot of people requested for like the bridesmaids attire, so that blog is up. We will link it below. Like and subscribe, do all the things. Follow us on Instagram at HiAbbyLee and at Sugar Plum & Co. Thanks so much.